Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever the heck time it is in your neck of the woods. My name is Stephen D. Comics, and welcome back to more Medieval. Last we left off, we toured a haunted pumpkin patch that seemed to have been overrun with weirdly possessed pumpkins that explode and shoot seeds and shoot out vines and all of that. It was a real messy time. Took a bit of work to navigate the gorge and make my way to the so-called Pumpkin King, which was just a giant possessed pumpkin, or I don't know if it was necessarily possessed, it was just evil, loaded up with Zarok's magic. That took a bit of doing, but we managed to uproot it and restore the pumpkin gorge and the vegetable patch, and fruit, because pumpkins are fruit, back to its rightful glory. And I managed to get a dragon gem from a pumpkin fairy. And managed to get enough souls for a chalice here back at the Hall of Heroes. All I got was some extra cash, but now that we got things taken care of there, we're gonna head back out and see what more we can do. Okay, yeah, figured that was a dead end, so suppose the next step could be progressing through the sleeping village. I was gonna say the chalices, they don't keep tabs on how much. Well, that one has a check mark on it. I'm gonna pop back into the Pumpkin Gorge real quick, because I believe I got, or maybe the check mark is a sign that I got close to finishing, whereas the chalice is a show, because I got pretty close. Okay, yeah, now it says 0%. I could try and go through and get it again, because I feel like I should be getting as much of these chalices as I can get. But maybe I'll save that for a little later when I get farther along and kind of get better gear on the whole. Still not really sure about the forest. Not sure how much I'll be able to get through there. Like, health-wise, I'm fine. I can navigate the frogs just fine. It's just, there's still that whole beginning thing with the anthill that I have no idea how I'm supposed to progress. So maybe I'll just take a look at what the sleeping village is like. Worst case, if it winds up being too hard, I can just leave. As difficult as this game can be with dealing with enemies, not having the live system, like a lot of older games, is nice. What's the opposite of lively? Deadly? Yes, that is what this town is now. Oh, yep. More angry locals. This is what happens when they get awoken from their slumber. People have work in the morning.
Poor villagers. The master possesses them. It mustn't hurt them. Hurt guards, though. They seek out an object of great power.
An object of great power, eh? A sight for sore dragon eyes. I can get more than one of them, but I still don't know what they're for. Ah, the Pumpkin Witch. Winner of the Jolliest Witch in Gallowmere award for the 4th consecutive year. Wartilda actually runs a successful potions business and makes cool cheddar from her pumpkin-spiced profiteering. The other witches are secretly jealous. Oh, and I have a biography on the Forest Witch. Once part of the infamous Cemetery Hill Coven, Imelda was ostracized by her sisters when she refused to stop using the communal cauldron to prepare her notoriously pungent lunchtime brews. She now resides in the Enchanted Earth, where no one complains. Or, at least if they do, she just turns them into a toad. And seriously, do not lick those toads. God, they are still pushing the whole toad-licking bit. Oh, and I already have the townspeople marked as enemies, even though I haven't actually fought them yet. Townspeople hypnotize citizens of a once thriving town. They'll happily invite you in for tea, but if they ask to borrow a shovel, you should probably decline. But I'm sure it's fine. Y'all need to calm down. Rats! Can't do anything with them. So why the cross? Is this a church shop? Oh no, just a small little church. It has its own healing well.
A crucifix once stood here, but the mayor took it. Find a replacement and see how the church should really look.
Alright, so keep a lookout for a crucifix. Now that I think about it, the townspeople are only hypnotized. They're not actually monsters. Do I fight them? Am I able to kill them? Is there a moral problem with that? Or is the whole gimmick with them going to be to just run away? Because I can't. Case in point, the child here. A good soul has been lost. Surely that won't come back to haunt me. It's self-defense. They are still fighting me. You know. Excuse me. Let's see. That looks like a place I'll have to wind up jumping. No, I know, it's water. I'll sink. Get through here? Nope. Guess I'll just, yeah, I know. I mean, I already killed a kid, so probably not gonna hurt that much if I just keep at it. So I can basically replay levels, right? Doesn't that mean theoretically I could just quit, come back, and try doing it in the good way? And look, that's literally the same child I killed earlier. Clearly they're reviving. Besides, I feel like not being on the offensive is gonna come back to bite me.
The rune key is held aloft by the flow of water from the fountain. You may have to wait for the next drought.
Or I could find a way to redirect the water. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Just taking your runes, moon rune. You know, maybe I will restart the level. Let's try doing this in a good way. I'm supposed to be a hero. That's the whole point of this adventure. Sir Daniel is trying to do what he couldn't do in life and to be a proper hero. Worthy of his placement in the Hall of Heroes. Wow, even when they're attacking my back, the shield actually still protects me. Weird. Okay, well wow, they deal a decent chunk of damage, actually. Alright. These are some relentless children. Ugh. Come on, why was the only option jumping around them was going into the water? What's up with that? So is it gonna make any difference if I just decide not to kill them, or if I attack? Maybe I'll look that up really quickly. Okay, so defeating good souls, like these villagers, actually subtracts from my total chalice count. So I have a harder time getting the chalice if I do kill them, is the thing, so. So it would behoove me to try to navigate peacefully around them. Though my running start with the shield actually will stun them, apparently, so. Oh, wow. That just sends her flying. Get in here. The library, it looks like. Oh, wow. That selection.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 1. During the dark time that was Gallowmere's not too distant past, it was King Peregrine who thwarted Zarok the Necromancer and his plan to enslave the land. Zarok, once the king's mage, had fallen out of favor with the ruler for conducting outlandish experiments on the bodies of the dead. It was said that deep within Peregrine Castle, the dead were restless. The dead are to be honored, not kept as the playthings of alchemists, declared King Peregrine as he banished Zarok from the castle. All of Zarok's living dead were routed out and destroyed. Zarok, being an unforgiving soul, went into hiding and vowed to wreak his revenge on the king.
Yeah, bro, sometimes the dead have got to stay dead. Oh, jeez. Hold on.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 2. Rumors of
Okay, he does stop to let me
ill-doing and
read.
dark deeds abounded through the land of Gallowmere. It was whispered that Zarok had employed the aid of shadowy demons to help build a vast castle. Under the cover of night, Zarok's dark army spilled forth from their corrupt haven. The army marched south across the Silver Mountains and through the Silver Woods. Soon afterwards, even the Pumpkin Lands belonged to Zarok. The folk of Gallowstown cried out for help. Save us, good King Peregrine. Retaliation
But he said nah.
was swift and violent. King Peregrine's forces, led by the brave Sir Fortescue, drove Zarok's army back from Gallowstown. Oh, there was much rejoicing, but the war was not yet over.
Yeah, now I have to exit out because I need to read more and get out of here, but the guy's attacking me, so.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 3.
Gotta work around this dude till I can get
News that
full story.
Zarok's army had now taken the Floodlands caused much concern. From this vantage point, Zarok could march west to take the Enchanted Forest. This sacred place would prove a bitter defeat if it fell into the hands of the evil sorcerer. It was Sir Dan Fortescue who once again led the king's militia to rid the demon host from the land.
What's it?
The evil wizard was cunning and had prepared an ambush. Titanic battle ensued, of which history has never seen the like. It is said that the day would have gone to Zarok, but for the skill and valor of one man. Fortescue led the charge deep into the massed ranks of the undead, felling Zarok's bodyguard, the fearful Lord Cardok, and before finally succumbing to his own mortal wounds, slew the traitorous sorcerer with a mighty sweep of his sword.
Somehow that doesn't sound right.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 4. The forces of evil were destroyed, but at a terrible price. None but a handful of the king's militia returned from that field. Gallowmere lost a whole generation of young men that day.
Such a waste.
Including
War is
Granny
such a waste.
Toon, the legendary crossbowman, and Fortescue's second in command.
My boy.
Fell in the first volley of arrows. Xeroc's body was never found, though if it lies unmourned in an unmarked grave, then no one in Gallowmere would shed a tear. The shadow demons that had fallen under Xeroc's banner were unnatural creatures that did not belong in the world of mortal men. The king declared that they be banished, entombed under the pure earth of the enchanted earth. Imprisoned within an impregnable box of the king's design, the demons were buried deep underground. Their tomb was sealed with a magical device that has since come to be known as the Shadow Artifact.
Shadow Artifact. Curious.
Tourist Guide to Gallowmere,
Oh,
Part 1.
tourist guide.
The land of Gallowmere is a wondrous land of breathtaking sights and adventure. If it's beauty you are looking for, be sure to check out the sights of the Enchanted Forest. Scale the heights and see the nests of giant dragon birds. Seek out weird and wonderful plant life. Go ooh and ah at the sight of baby dragon toads splashing about in the crystal clear ponds. Why not take a walk through the Pumpkin Valley? Pumpkin is Gallomere's favorite dish, and about now the valley is just bulging under the weight of young podlings awaiting harvest.
I just had a thought. Probably be better to switch to the smaller shield. It's less durable, but...
Tourist Guide to Gallowmere, Part
Just because I
2.
should save the strength of
If
my
it's mystery
stronger
you're looking
shield.
for, then the seasoned adventurer should travel to the ruins of King Peregrine's castle. Yes, this is the fortress from which the fabled King Peregrine once hailed. It is said
So
that the king's crown was lost.
Are you
in
actually reading any of
advance
this, Dan, or are you
below
just
the
listening to the
castle,
voiceover?
and that the ghost of the region himself now haunts these cold stone passageways. Spooky. Why not take the swamps and seek out the mythical town of Mellowmead?
Mellowmead, that
This
sounds
place was
nice.
once said to be a place of fantastical arcane alchemy, but an age has passed since it was consumed by the murky swamps. Perhaps great treasure awaits any adventurer that can locate its watery resting place.
Maybe Sir Dan should invest in floaties. Because watery treasure sounds nice. Now if I could just... Alright, well, maybe I won't bother with that last one. I could figure out a way to get in there. Ah, there we are. Ah, and the crucifix.
It may concern. I must make haste, for Xeroc's men will be here within the hour. I have taken the crucifix from the church. It is the key to a key. I used the cross
Key to a
make
key.
the attached cast. Then I had it destroyed. It is my hope that this cast falls into the hands of a just and good hero. Signed, the town mayor.
So what does this say? Norman suffering of what? Care found the tome of Bellabone Bodriming within the garderobe grin. We know your intention that be ye smell smock. What? Know ye, men of the book, will not sit idle while log halters sprunt about the hall. We be thretch. Curses of merry gall on ye. God, learn English, man. What about you?
Heroes from History, a retrospective. Chapter 1.
Oh, this is a long one.
In addition
Strap in,
to being
folks.
the strongest man who ever lived, Stanier Ironhewer was unsurpassed in his skill as a blacksmith. He was equally happy pounding on his anvil at home as he was pounding on someone's head in battle. It was said that his only fear was the end of the village smithy as the focus of manufacture. in favor of more centralized units. As if. Chapter 2.
Oh,
Born a humble
that was a
peasant to one of the nomadic tribes
long
in the
pause.
Eastlands, Bloodmanoth Skullcleaver gathered an
That's a
army of
badass name.
and swept over half the civilized world. When he finally died, attempting a single-handed attack on a garrison in the north while armed only with a spike on his helmet, he was the richest and most powerful peasant of his day.
Another super long pause.
Chapter 3.
There it is.
Carl Sterngard spent most of his formative years under siege at his family castle. With his impregnable magic shield, Sterngard's motto was, "The best form of attack is defense." Sadly, his shield couldn't protect him against poor eating habits, and he died during a post-battle feast, while swallowing a large sausage he had failed to chew.
Tried to deep throat a sausage, man. What a waste of a perfectly good shield. I'll take it.
Chapter 4. Truly the hero's hero. Woden the Mighty was fearless, single-minded, and uncompromising. Unbeaten in combat, he inspired raw fear in friends and enemies alike. Not to mention in close family members and pets.
Dude, don't be scaring the pets. What's wrong with you?
Chapter 5.
Not cool.
Trained from birth in all forms of combat, Imanzi Shongama was the warrior queen of a tribe of Amazons. The bold and the beautiful Shongama banished all males from her territory, except the handful she kept on to mow the lawns of her people. Chapter 6. A full-time mother and homemaker, Megwin Stormbinder had to defend her settlement from barbarian raiders while the menfolk were away on a hunting trip. She fought off repeated attacks, armed only with a pitchfork and a rolling pin, and with one arm holding her baby. Legend has it
Wait,
that the gods,
what was she holding the baby with?
impressed by her indomitable courage, intervened and added thunderbolts to her arsenal. She won the battle with a couple of bolts to spare on her husband when he finally returned.
Man, the ladies in this world are awesome.
Chapter 7. Dirk Steadfast was a fearsome opponent thanks to his magic sword and a firmly held belief that only women defend themselves. Real men are always on the attack. He was a friend and contemporary of Carl Sterngard, and was with him even to the end. It was whilst Steadfast was explaining his views on Sterngard's shield during a feast that the latter had his tragic and inexplicable accident.
Try to contain yourself a little bit, narrator. Like we're talking about a man dying.
Chapter 8. Descended from the finest centaur bloodstock, Ravenhooves the Archer was the last prince of his people. A proud and haughty aristocrat, he was an accomplished hunter, sportsman, duelist, playboy, raconteur, and 3 times Derby winner.
I have a hard time imagining a centaur in a aristocratic position.
Chapter 9.
They felt more
Captain of the militia in
nature.
the time of King Peregrine,
Like,
Sir
you know.
Daniel Fortescue found fame when he killed the renegade wizard Zerok. A career soldier raised in the royal household, he was adored by the men under his command, and renowned for his loyalty to Gallowmere. It was said that Fortescue was always destined for greatness. With his square jaw, steely gaze, and thick shock of hair as black as raven's wings, oh, he looked every inch the hero.
Somehow I doubt that. Like, where is that jaw? That gaze, that hair? And also, where's the stuff about my archer boy? He did more than I did. Okay, so I have the crucifix now, so let's... Loop back here to the church. Get some heals in, and...
A crucifix once stood here, but the mayor took it. Find a replacement.
Oh, molds, metal ornaments, and holiday cookies. Okay, it's a cast, not the actual thing, so I have to make the crucifix. Alright, so... where do I get the thing to make stuff with this crucifix? This is like a blacksmith. A smithy.
Blacksmith's Monthly. Old man Willie Green of Gallowstown was awarded Smithy of the Season by our readers. His outstanding casts have produced many intricate and hard-wearing iron goods and sculptures. Willie only uses the finest of metals in his work, and is particularly noted for his magnificent busts. Old
Why is that
man Willie
capital?
was quoted as saying, "Aye, when I get pumping on me bellows, there's no stopping me. It's all in the rhythm, up and down, up and down. I've always been inspired by the stories of Stan your Iron Hewer, the greatest smithy that ever was."
Great accent. Well done. Alright. Still think... save this silver shield. So I assume I need to find some kind of metal. Yeah, so I have the mold there, so I can make the crucifix, but I need metal. Well, I do have the moon rune. I can use that somewhere. That gate is closed. There's a doorway there to open, but... back around to church. Yeah, so there's a whole lake area over here. There's another door over here I can't open. Oh, ow. So where else is there to go? Ooh, haven't been in here yet. Ah. Calm yourself down, madam. Geronimo! It's a lot of fish rotting away in here. Sure you don't want to invest in a fridge or something? Also got a bunch of rats here. A club. Oh. That got me an entry in the Book of Gallowmere. What's that all about? Oh. There's actually an entry on rats. Rats, rats, we are the rats. These rats seem harmless, but they have tiny fingers and they're probably plotting something terrible. Each rat you squish is an act of treason against the mighty Rat King Darok. Well, I haven't met such a Rat King, so I'm not going to be too bothered by that. Crap. I'm a rune short over here. Sorry, let me loop around you.
Bust of Mr. Shanks, landlord of the Troll's Head. To clean the statue, lower the pedestal.
Wait, shouldn't that be reversed? Shouldn't it be to lower the pedestal, clean the statue? Okay, and there's the rune I need. Clean the statue, lower the pedestal. Okay, well I have this at least, so I can... cover that. Okay, there we go. Bring you down so I can grab that bust. The landlord's bust. So that should be the metal I need. Now let's... and let me guess, that's... camera's guiding me. Oh. Oh, that's...
Aye, comrades, tear this place apart. If we don't find the shadow artifact, Lord Zarek will have us mocking out the demons for the next millennium.
Are they, possessed, or are they just straight up bad guys? They look mechanical. Well, I can at least run around you. Bust. Face-melting metal. How appropriate. Alright, now... or do I just let it melt fully? Maybe I'll take a look at what I need to do. Okay, no, I had the right idea. I just needed to... There we go. Now we have a new crucifix. Let's get this into the church and let that do whatever it is it's going to do. Pardon me. Now, crucifix hangs out in churches. Ooh. That got me a key. And it opened the way around the lake.
Dear Sir and Madam, on my travels across Gallowmere, I have come across many mysterious and enchanting finds. However, that which filled me with deepest dread was discovery of the tomb of the shadow demons. The key to their dank prison, the mysterious shadow artifact, is now in my possession. Yours fearfully, the town mayor.
Well, now I have the key to that, so I shall take it and press on, and I'll deal with the matter of this shadow artifact. If I can find my way around. Okay, no, it was this way. Alright. I'll head down wherever this is. Somewhere on the outskirts of town, it seems. Ooh, I can run the roofs. The rooftops. That must be the chalice. Geronimo. Alright, open another doorway. So that is robbing this house. The safe key. No safe is safe. Bust it open. And that's a hand. The shadow artifact. Well then. Sweep sweep. Anything of note tucked away in here? Don't think so. Crumble away at the walls. Can't break through there, so I think I just have to find a new way around. Presumably I could just jump over around the gate. There. Or not. Okay, there we go. Let me get my bearings. Okay, that's where I came in. There. And I'm trapped in here with them. Smack. Well, they're not counting these as bad souls, so I guess it was fine to attack these guys. Let me get a better idea on what I'm dealing with. give shadow demons a helping hand. So, these are the Boiler Guards. Zarok's mechanical goon squad, developed deep in the City of Madness, although manufactured in China, of course. As is tradition, that coal in their stomach fuels them, whilst also cooking up a mean brisket. Ooh. Just with that in mind, killing these guys isn't that bad, so maybe I'll go ahead and clear out the city. So I can get that chalice, since I found it so easily. And zap! Nice. Easy peasy living breezy. I did take quite a bit of hits, so maybe I should pop by the church and get me some heals before I theoretically get out of here. Ah, lovely. Alright. First, what does this say?
Capture that greedy profiteer, the town mayor. Take him to the asylum dungeons. Give the fat boy a good going over.
What? Why attack
Locate
the boy?
Shadow artifact. Bring me back something nice.
Oh, I'll bring you something nice. A hammer upside the head. Or a sword through the torso. Take your pick. It's a gift for you. Let's see. Ooh, a new hero. What you got for me?
Fortescue, you jawless arrow magnet. What are you doing back here?
I mean, I was brought back here.
Call me Mr. Woden the Mighty.
I didn't even
How I
call you
pity
by
the
any
people
name.
of Gallowmere, that their fate should once again be in the hands of a chump like you.
Finally, a hero critical of me.
I suppose it's not fair to take it out on them. Take my sword, and do try not to stab yourself in the foot. You know, I've always had my doubts about you, Fortescue. You're just not carved from hero material.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Now I have the gained broadsword. Gained a broadsword. This looks more like the sword he uses in PlayStation All-Stars. Ooh. Golden Gleam. I like it. Just add magic. Although it has a limited use. I may want to be careful about that one. Just because I'd like to make use out of it, but if it has limited magic. Oh yeah, it uses magic every time it's just out and equipped, so yeah, that one I'm gonna need to hold on to for a hot minute. But if it's as good as I'm led to believe, then I think I'd like to make use of it. So now we have the Asylum. We're gonna use our Shadow Artifact to deal with some of the demons tucked away. Very well, then. Trying to think. The time I had to cut out with looking up how to do stuff in the town. Where does that put me at? It probably puts me close enough to time here. I think it's a good enough place to stop, so for now, I think we'll call it. And next time, we'll make our way to the asylum and see what we could use the shadow artifact for. Maybe, hopefully, we can clean up the town a little bit, get the people a little less ornery, you know? So I don't have to feel inclined to give them the old stabby. That would be nice. Trying to be a hero here, kind of hard to do that when I'm killing normal people. So, yeah, we'll do that. And we'll do that next time. Blah 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 blah